Mark Fermel here, member of National Council in Shropshire. I'm delighted that Andrew Adonis is standing for chair. He's absolutely the right man at the right time. He set our campaign alight in Shrewsbury, packing the largest meeting rooms and getting us top media billing. It was inspiring to see him do the same up and down the country too. His lead from the front campaign style and engagement at grassroots will light the touch paper on our European movement campaign. Absolutely who we need. To become a mass political movement, we must have Andrew as our chair.
Hello everyone, my name is Julius Leiter and I'm a student at the University of Aberdeen, and I'm also active in the Young European Movement UK. If we want to win the pro-European battle in this country, we have to work together, and particularly so with young people. Andrew Adonis knows that. I've been in touch with him on several occasions, and I know that he knows that young people have to be at the forefront of this battle. This is why I'm super delighted to be hearing that he's running as a chair, and I would warmly welcome his election.
It's because of Julius, Mark and many other branch chairs who've been in touch with me that I'm standing to be chair of the European movement. We have got to be a grassroots-led organisation, step by step back into the European Union, step by step to rejoin, must be our strategy over the years ahead, and that must be step by step from the grassroots as well as a policy to rejoin. And I will be the champion of the grassroots. I've done 200 meetings over the country in the last 3 years, and I will be out there all the time. I've been twice to Shrewsbury. I've been across the country from Scotland to Cornwall, from Holyhead to Hastings, because we have got to be a movement which is bottom up if we're going to reverse this huge change that's taken place in public opinion in respect of Europe over the last 10 years. And it is that grassroots-led organisation that I pledge to lead, and I then will add to it the ability to be your voice in Westminster, where, as you know, I've been absolutely unrelenting in my campaigning on behalf of Europe in the last few years.
The former Labour Minister Lord Adonis has stepped down from his role as the government's infrastructure advisor, blaming Theresa May's handling of Brexit.
He says he's now going to relentlessly oppose the EU withdrawal bill in the House of Lords.
I can assure you I'm sticking around. I'm going to be in the House of Lords day after day from the new year, debating the social crisis which is affecting Britain, but also the EU withdrawal bill. I'm not going anywhere, and I think the public have a right to expect at this time of national crisis that people like me do stick around, but also that we speak to them frankly. I don't think people will any longer put up with politicians who just read opinion polls, listen to Nigel Farage, and then simply repeat what Farage has been saying. We've had too much of that over the last 2 years. It's time for people like me to speak completely frankly, openly and honestly with the British people about the challenges we face, and I'll be doing that day after day from the new year. Give Nigel his due, he was elected. He's been a member of the European Parliament for 20 years, which is why he's got a European pension of £73,000 when he retired. So he has been elected.
Will you stop making up bonkers numbers?
Let's be clear. This idea that the European...
Is everything you do
Nigel, is the European...
Is everything
Nigel, is the European Parliament elected or not? Were you elected?
4 times.
Yes, so it is elected. So let's get rid of this non-elected business. The big issue...
The Commission's not elected, Andrew, and they make the law.
Is the European Union a good deal for us? And it's a fantastic deal for our trade. It protects our jobs, and it's obviously not the sensible thing for us to crash out with no decent trade deal.
The idea of giving back power to elected people, why is that not a good thing?
We haven't taken power away from elected people. It's Parliament that makes all these decisions. It's the elected people that make them. The question with sovereignty is, what do you do with it? You know, as Michael Heseltine famously said, the only person who is completely sovereign is the person who's alone on a desert island who can do what they like, and they are poor and they might not survive the night.
Okay. Most of the things that are wrong in this country are not the fault of Brussels, they're the fault of Westminster. Two-thirds of youngsters who don't go to university don't get a Wardia and there aren't enough apprenticeships. It's not because of Brussels that there's a homelessness crisis. It's not because of Brussels that we have the most centralised system of government in the Western world for a country of our size within our own country. This is all our fault, and we can put it right ourselves. And the part of the reason why all this Brexit thing is going is a lot of diversionary strategy from people who actually want to blame on Brussels things that are actually our responsibility.
My Lords, this is what Lord Carrington said to the House 50 years ago on Britain's second application to join the European Union. My Lords, we are part of Europe. Our civilisation, our heritage, our manners are all European.
The vision of a united Europe of France, Italy, Germany and Britain, united in common purpose and effort, must surely be something to stir the imagination of even the most phlegmatic and placid. What splendid opportunities for the future. What a lost opportunity for us and for Europe if we are deprived of the opportunity of making our contributions. My lords, that is so true. Let us not throw it all away.
Step by step to rejoin will be my strategy as your chair and as your leader if you ask me to do the job this coming Saturday. Step by step, campaigning on all of those big thorny issues which are immediate after the Brexit deal which took effect in January: EHIC, Pets Passport, Erasmus, the fate of the financial services industry, artists and musicians' passports. We need to be campaigning on them all, and I believe we can get some victories on them because we have public opinion and all of those people who are active in the economy on our side, step by step on these issues. But we've also got to be clear that we are profound Europeans. If the European movement does not stand up for Europe, no one else is going to in the country. I am in favour of rejoining the EU, and I will never say anything other than that, though of course we need to be campaigning step by step. However, in all my experience of campaigning and politics, the biggest division between people is action v inaction. It's actually getting things done, leading from the front, making a difference. And I promise you that if I am your chair, I will stand for action constantly. If we're going to win this European battle, we have got to be out there campaigning day by day, month by month, grassroots and Westminster, and I will do both. It's particularly important, in my view, that we have a youth-led movement. Unless we have the young, we will not win this argument about the future. That's why it's great that we've got Julius as the new president of the Young European Movement. Building up that Young European Movement into a mass movement is crucial. In terms of our national membership, we've got 11,000 members now. We need 20,000 in a year's time and 30,000 within 2 years. We then start to look like a serious political party, but without all of the horrible bits of a political party. I think we should do our equivalent of a national conference, which will be a festival of Europe, celebrating Europe, all that it does for Britain and all that Britain can contribute to Europe in the years ahead. We need constant activity. We need to be focused on step by step towards rejoin. We also need to enjoy ourselves, which I think a festival will enable us to do too. So my pledge to you is action v inaction, step by step to rejoin, grassroots and Westminster. We can do this together.
I'm Daisy Cooper, I'm the MP for St Albans. The Liberal Democrats remain an ardently pro-European party. We believe that the interests of the UK are still best served in the European Union. I've known Andrew for a number of years. We've campaigned together around the UK for the European cause, and I know that he has the energy to drive a cross-party movement that will help us bring our country step by step towards rejoin.